In a world crying out for Thunderdome. The fans have spoken. 2 films enter, 1 film leaves. The top 10 gives you a reckoning by the name of Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Brought to you by the Schmoes Know Network. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Well, this week, Matt, we are revisiting a film we revisited like 5 million times before.
Listen to that frustration out of the gate.
I'm just saying, I really was hoping we were going to be able to talk about, what was the other film again that we were going to talk about?
True Grit.
True Grit. It's one of those westerns I really enjoy. We've talked about a couple. You're a big 310 to Yuma fan. And I like the True Grit remake more than the original. So I was hoping we would get to talk to that. But, unfortunately, we got to talk about No Country for Old Men. It was Josh Brolin movies this week. That's what it was because Infinity War is coming out.
That was the topic given by Gil Reyes.
Gil Reyes. And there was some controversy behind the scenes. There was some moving around. Is that what happened there?
Yeah, person number 3, or the third person originally picked.
Yeah.
Never responded.
Now, and you sent emails?
I sent emails 2 straight days. He's not on Facebook.
Right.
So then did a redraw, sent it to the second person. Second person did not respond.
What?
Waited 2 days for the first guy.
Yeah.
And then that gave us 2 days left on the second guy. Hadn't heard from the second guy by Monday morning. Redrew again. Pulled up our third competitor. He instantly responded back, "Thank you so much, Chris Alexakos."
Oh my God.
Because I was like,
course.
It pulled up, and I was like, "Thank God." When you just run that randomizer, I'm not even kidding. I was like, "Thank God." I know that dude responds quick. He's awesome about it. He's way better about it than I am.
Yeah.
And hit him up, but it was him and Camilo Gutierrez.
And who won?
The winner was Camilo Gutierrez.
Oh, Gutierrez. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
he picked No Country.
And I don't want to bash his choice. Like, it's a great choice for a Josh Brolin film.
It is.
It's great.
Your frustration lies with something we talked about behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So going forward, just because we've talked about this movie so much, it's nothing against it. It's an awesome movie.
It really is.
It's an awesome movie. But between the two of us and the people that have listened to us long enough, and I don't even think that long, to be perfectly honest, we've already talked about it a few times.
Yeah. In the second iteration, we've talked about it or third iteration of the show.
Yeah, we've talked about it a few times.
Yeah.
So we talked about it a lot. It's an awesome film. It is an awesome film. I'm not taking that away.
Don't get Matt wrong. It's an awesome film.
Going forward, so what I've liked about a bunch of the other Thunderdome since we've come back is somebody picks either an obscure topic, not obscure, but silent movies.
Yeah.
Or goes back for Walter Matthau.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, perfect. And now we're talking about 2, 3, 4 different movies we've never talked about on the show. That's awesome. So like Josh Brolin, how about you give me an Only the Brave versus something else?
Sure.
Maybe True Grit, but then True Grit would probably smoke it.
Hopefully not Goonies. Yeah.
Hopefully not Goonies.
I was so scared when he said Josh Brolin movies.
But anything, you can do it with anybody. Spielberg, fine. Close Encounters, Color Purple.
Sure.
Or E.T. Force us to watch E.T. again.
Oh, God. God, no, please.
Maybe it'll work, finally. But it's nothing against your choice. Congratulations on your win, Camilo.
Yeah.
It's an awesome movie.
But going forward,
we are going to have a veto power.
We will have veto power to say, pick another movie.
It is. Yeah.
Only because, and then we're going to ask you, by the same token, any of you who get selected for Thunderdome, understand, if you've listened to the show, if we've talked about a movie a lot, maybe pick another movie, because this isn't about winning. This is about getting us to talk about a film that we haven't talked about, or to do something.
Or maybe only talk about once, or something that was a long time ago.
Exactly. So maybe once, or even twice, right? But the amount of times we've talked about No Country is a lot. So we want to avoid that kind of situation, and we still want to let you have fun in participating in Thunderdome.
True.
And we'll still give you credit. We're still going to say your name. We're still going to say what you picked. So you'll still get all the love you want on an episode, even if you don't win the actual episode in terms of having your film talked about, you're still going to get love. So that's what we encourage you to do. Think a little bit more and see, and like, you know, if you've listened to us, then take a look and see like, oh, what are the choices? Okay, they really talked about this film a lot. Let's pick another one. So that's all.
I think somehow.
That's as clear as I can be, I feel like. Yeah.
True. I think somehow if we turn it into like a little side, we could turn it into a little game where we announce the pick we would have had for that week, and you get points. And at the end of, say, whatever we set a season, whoever has the most points gets something.
Right.
We have to do it with Thunderdome, figure out some other things, but maybe we can make a little game out of this. I don't know if I have the time to administer this, but...
I think between the two of us, we could find the time.
Yeah, I think so.
I like this idea. We could start a spreadsheet or something.
Yeah, sure. And then do that coupled with, like, who got our number ones right on a top 10 or something.
Sure.
I don't know how you do that one.
I don't know why you like making more work for yourself. It's incredible. Like you just start going with these ideas, and then you're like, even more. Let's do this, and then let's do this.
I'm just trying to figure out the game's got to exist beyond just Thunderdome.
The subset of this and a subset of
We
B.
pull in other people.
Yeah.
We make it a community event.
Well, what do they win though? If they
I
get
don't
the most
know.
points? Well,
Listen,
figure that out.
I just came up with this out of my ass. I've already got prizes lined up.
Well, I'm just letting you know this is where the logical next step is.
I already have planned the party though. So
You planned a party? What? A top 10 party?
I'm saying for the winner.
Oh, all right on.
That you're surprised by, or no, you know, everything else I should have, but I've planned a party. Be the easiest thing.
Perfect.
Couple kegs, that's for sure.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Sure, why not? Why not?
Speaking of which, we need to start really thinking about doing a live top 10 show. Like, I'm not joking.
Sure.
Because like the live event on a Thursday night, we had almost 300 people there for a Schmodown live event.
Sure.
I bet. And Black Series Rebels, I think they had like 60, 70 people show up. So there's no way we can't have like 100 people show up for a live top 10.
Well, I think Los Angeles is our number one city internationally.
There we go.
Los Angeles is our number one city.
100 motherfuckers in this city who will come watch us live. And motherfuckets for the ladies that are out there. So
That's beautiful.
That's right. Is that
That's
right?
beautiful. It
I don't know
really
how that
softened
works.
it.
I don't know how that works.
As if they weren't covered in the fuck you before. You made sure. Just anybody listening.
I feel like that's a male term, motherfucker. I just
Do you have a non-binary gender version of that? You know
I
what
don't
mean?
think I do. For motherfucker, no.
Motherfucker Reno? I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what the.
I think motherfucker works. I really do. Like a rocket.
Well, I'm saying a third version for the.
third. That's a transgender version.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't. No, I don't. I can't even think of anything offhand. No. Nope.
I just like watching you say no over and over
Yeah,
again.
well,
as
I'm
you
just
stare
going-
off into space. Nope. No.
They're all coming into my head, and none of them sound right to me. So maybe if someone...
No, of course none of them sound right.
you never
It starts
know.
with motherfucker.
Well,
Well,
I'm just saying.
that's how you pass that
There are
off?
places
I
to
mean,
go.
well, you'd be a good defense lawyer. I mean, Your Honor.
I mean, come on.
What are we talking about here?
Come on.
I mean, this guy? Go on. This guy?
It's $130,000 for between friends, Your Honor. What's the
I'd like to see that guy interview a witness. I mean, really? He just has the worst rejoinders over and over and over. And then this happened, this
Come on.
happened. Did it. Did it. Okay.
Did it now? Oh, come on. Really? Anyway, so what? This is 2007's No Country for Old Men, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. It's such an interesting film in terms of like nothing they'd done before, in my opinion, fully. Because there's not even like
There's not a lilt of humor.
Yeah, there's like no humor through the whole thing.
No.
Are there moments that you could enjoy the characters? Sure, like what the actress's name's mom, like the woman that plays her mom, when she's just going off in the cab about how terrible it is to how terrible that guy, Josh Brolin's character is to his daughter and all that kind of shit. Like, she's funny. She's an interesting actress doing a part and doing all that kind of thing. Because I know Southern women like that who just go on and on about shit, and you just sit there listening to them, and it's like, it's incredible to think that someone has a thing they can't turn
I don't
off.
think that's just a Southern only thing.
Oh, yeah, you think?
I think they're just somebody who likes to nag, and that's international,
That's
baby.
fair.
That's international.
That's fair.
There are dudes that could do that from every country. I'm saying it doesn't matter. Everybody's got that. That shit sucks. There's nothing worse because, I'm a talker, kind of.
Well, we do a show, so you'd have to be a talker to a degree.
But there are talkers
Oh, sure.
that that baffles me. My mind does not work like that, where I just feel like I constantly fill all dead space with talking and just constant patter, 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 patter. Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be so tiring.
I like a good conversation,
Sure.
but I don't like to force conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
or
saying?
have 27 back-to-back small talk things to carry on a bullshit. I go from the weather to traffic to this, all bullshit. Like, yeah, it was tough getting here today.
Like the old guy who is in Forget Paris. He's like driving by everything. He's just saying the name of the stores and all that shit. You want it, you got it, all that kind of shit. You don't want someone like that who constantly needs to have that kind of thing going on. So I'm in the same boat. Like I just have trouble with that stuff. So
Over and over, yeah. But I mean, within this movie, I think the what stays with me and probably everybody most is Javier Bardem.
yes,
Because it's such a chilling character.
Anton Chigurh.
Yeah. Is it Chigurh or Shigurh?
Chigurh.
I thought it was Chigurh.
Oh yeah, you're right. Chigurh. Yeah.
What country is he supposed to be from?
I don't know. I mean, obviously Bardem is Spanish. He's from Spain.
Yeah, but Anton Chigurh,
that's a
I
weird
don't
name.
know. That
Yeah.
to me, where is the land of Chigurh?
It's one of those fringe.
Sounds Turkish almost.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. That's just what my brain says.
It's one of those fringe smaller countries around Spain that you like rarely hear about.
Oh.
Yeah, they probably don't even have.
Maybe it's like Morocco.
Maybe even smaller. They don't even have an Olympic team.
Just trying to think of like, French New Guinea. They were in Africa. Maybe there's
French
some
New Guinea.
influence within there.
Or Chad. What about Chad? Remember that in Africa?
Were they a part of Chad?
No, I'm just
I don't
saying.
know their full lineage. Outside of like that and Belgium and the Congo
Right.
and a few others that are very, very specific because of the terrible, terrible things.
There I was.
King Leopold, not a nice man.
No. I would not have been a fan of that guy at all.
Yeah, at all. Anyway, Chigurh is just
Well, we
a riveting,
digress.
is a riveting character.
Yeah.
In that gas station scene alone, where
Oh, yeah.
he is creating the valuation of a man's life based purely upon chance because he values this other dude's life so little.
Yeah.
So little. And you understand the calculus that he's making in his world. You are living a pitiful life.
Yeah.
It does not matter if you exist or do not exist. Life will just continue on.
Right.
So to him, it is the essence of flipping a coin. It means nothing to me.
But he's also judging him at the same time.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. He judged his life incomplete. And it was like, you are a candidate for death if there's anybody.
Yeah, because he's like, you've done nothing but live off your wife. Like you didn't even like. He almost insults him like as a man, because he goes, because he chokes on.
You
the thing.
married into this.
You married into this.
This was your choice. This was the easy street.
That's like he's like, I'm gonna give you a way out because like this ain't no kind of life for a man to be like living off his wife or like that's what he was saying. He was judging him in that way, and so when he's flipping that coin, anything could happen. And that dude does a great job of just ratcheting up the fear. Because at first it's like, I don't understand what's happening here. And then it's like, wait, what? And then, oh, fuck.
Well,
oh, shit.
And you have...
I'm going to die.
Exactly. Well, you are the person in the water that realizes the shark is really close to somebody else. Like, because you see the pivot before the character does.
Yes.
And you're like, you need to get out of here. We're like, right now. Or I hope you have a drawer full of heads only quarters and you can just pull that out and do a little switcheroo and call heads in the air.
You're that one who's unintelligibly screaming shark. Ark.
Yeah, maybe your side hustle was you thought you were going to be a magician.
Yeah.
And your magic trick was marrying into this gas station. So you just has this, I don't know. Maybe that's where the Coens get a little bit more humor going.
Right.
But all things are possible.
Of course.
But
in the world, all things are possible.
The choice of his weapon being the cattle killer.
God,
Just a little air punch right into the head.
Yeah.
It just shoots a bolt, like, and just takes out.
That's how they brain the cows. To kill them.
Whatever
instantly.
section of the medulla oblongata. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't remember all the parts of the brain anymore. I knew that at one point.
Medulla oblongata is
That's
definitely
a part.
there. It is a part.
That's a part.
I think there's a medulla.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then a medulla oblongata,
Sure.
and then there's a forefront. Forefront to the brain. I don't know what there's three parts though.
A forefront.
I know there's
Nice.
three parts to the brain.
That's perfect.
And there's a frontal lobe. That's it. Isn't that
I was
part?
about to say, is there a
brain?
starboard on this as well? But you beat me to it.
Bring the head around. Bring the head around.
Exactly.
Look, do you remember seeing this the first time? Like, do you remember like what your reaction was? Like, did you go? Were you by yourself? Did you go with your wife? Were you by?
I read the book.
Oh, you read the book,
which I've talked about before.
Right,
This is
you have.
the only movie that I can think of where the movie is better than the book.
Right.
For me,
Right.
because the Tommy Lee Jones character is kind of who you, I guess, emotionally identify with the most, because they're the most stable character throughout. It's the steady pulse.
Yeah.
And when he gets to the end and he's longingly looking out over the expanse, wondering what his life accomplished.
Yeah.
And the meaning of it entirely, because crime is just going to continue on.
Yeah.
Did I have any kind of impact? And that for me was lost in the book. Maybe I just read it in an age where I didn't ponder those things as much. My
maybe.
legacy.
Yeah.
So to see that now
Yeah.
as an older person,
Right.
like it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. But I hear what you're saying. Like, yeah, but as an older person, right? Exactly. And that's what was so fascinating when I watched the film now is that I go through, I connect more with the character at the end, like that speech at the end.
Yeah.
Because once you cross a certain line in your life, you start pondering that you're getting closer to death. And as getting closer to death, you start to wonder what the whole point of it all was. And did you make a difference? Did you leave a legacy? That kind of stuff. And so if you can't.
Did my life have meaning?
Exactly. Right.
And the eternal question.
Right. And the guy talks to him like it doesn't matter. Like none of it mattered. Like it's, that's just stuff people say, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, yeah, you did what you did. You lived your life. You did whatever you could do, but the thing goes on. There's no real winning this whole thing.
Yeah. It doesn't begin and end with you, unfortunately, as much as we all may feel that be the case.
Yeah.
It's just like the world keeps spinning.
Yeah.
And
there's no
shit. Did I slow that spin down at all?
Even a little bit.
Even an infinitesimal amount.
Well, and it's almost hubris to think that it's, and that's what he was saying to him. Like it's hubris for you to think that you could make that much of a difference as one man.
Yeah.
In this war against crime. And yeah, it passed you by because crime is always evolving.
Well, and it's more so a war against man's nature.
Yeah.
We are going to continue to do this. You didn't correct anything. You just helped shepherd.
Right.
And are you okay with that? Like basically, can you, maybe when you started up and you going through it, you have this ideological stance of, I am going to make an impact. Like I'm going to stop all this stuff. I'm going to be that good individual.
Right.
And see, like I may have done that, but I also screwed up a bunch because we're human. And at the end, it's just like, fuck, what was the point?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, the last thing that I saw was this terrible, and this is the state of the world? This is one of the worst things I've seen as a small-town sheriff.
Right.
And this is the state of the world that I'm leaving.
Well, that's the brilliance of the film, though, Matt. And it's kind of a subtle thing that it's talking about because through the whole movie, and for us as film fans, right, we connect with Tommy Lee Jones throughout the whole movie. Like, he is constantly the smartest guy in the room, like the whole time.
He's just sensible. Everybody's acting irrationally.
Right.
Well, him and Shigur's actions from our perspective is irrational, but from his, it's business as usual.
But they don't even have a moment where like they actually meet. They're in the same room together.
True, that
when it goes
hotel room.
Right. But there's no actual like battle between them.
No.
So through the whole thing, you've got this other side of the movie where Shigur is so cutthroat and has a code that he will not violate, which in some way is kind of honorable. And then on the other side, you have the other side of honor, which is Tommy Lee Jones's character, which is a noble guy. He's the smartest guy in the room. He understands what's happening. He's seen it all, and he knows how. He follows this thing to its logical conclusion.
Yeah.
The problem is, at the moment of truth, when he senses this other more powerful thing in the room with him that he thinks he cannot beat.
Yeah.
He is not willing to sacrifice his life in a vain attempt at trying to tilt the windmill like Don Quixote. He's going to find a way to do this. Instead of believing like he's in a movie or something, some happy ending that he could get this right, he walks out of that hotel room knowing full well that he let this guy go. And then goes in and has that conversation with his uncle or his friend's dad, whatever he is, the guy with all the cats, and says like he has this moment of clarity where he understands like this is too big for me anymore. Like I can't do it like I used to, no matter how much I think I can.
I don't know what you do in that instance, because as a small town sheriff, like you've dealt with a lot of shit.
Right.
But to have...
And on the border, so you've really dealt with a lot of shit.
True.
Right?
But to be in the presence of what I assume is an apex predator.
Yeah, dude.
How intimidating that must be, because you have to carry yourself with a certain machismo and testosterone at all times. Sure. You're a regulator in every room, even if you're off the clock kind of thing. Right. And to walk into and face that, because within that scene, I imagine in my head, he's still in the light and Shigor is in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing Shigor kind of ever hides from, because within his light, like the contrast between the two, this is the only truly powerful being, because it can deprive him of so much, his life and his freedom, his livelihood, his everything. It can take everything away. So it's the only thing to be feared.
Yeah.
And just the contrast between the two. But yeah, I mean, and you understand from Josh Brolin's character's side.
Yeah.
Like this guy, that this could make a difference. He shouldn't have just gone back. That's his problem. Unfortunately, his humanity and his compassion got him fucking killed.
Yeah.
That's a shitty thing to learn, but the world is dispassionate at best.
But there is a weird kind of justice in that, because he shouldn't have taken the money.
No, he shouldn't have.
He shouldn't have taken the money. It's not his fucking money. He saw an opportunity, but in going back, because he had some kind of moral conscience about having taken the money, he goes and I think that's what was really the fucked up thing about the lesson about the movie, Matt, for me, is if there is a lesson, it's like make a decision and go with it, and don't look back, don't have a second thought about it, go for it.
Look, every person in the theater watching that the first time when he went back was having the same thought.
Yeah.
Don't go back.
Right.
Why are you going back?
What are you doing?
Like trying to plead with them in your head, like, oh my God, this is a bad decision.
Yep.
This is a dumb decision. And I'm sure he was thinking it going into this is stupid.
Right.
This is stupid. I shouldn't be doing this.
And you could tell when he was lying in
Yeah.
bed and he makes that decision, he's like, what the fuck why am I doing this? Right.
But he feels compelled to, like his humanity creeps through.
Yeah.
He's not as terrible as these others. He just saw a moment, a moment of weakness.
Yeah. I just think he's stupid.
What would you do? What was it, like $2 million?
I wouldn't take
can't
the
remember.
fucking money. No way, dude. If
You wouldn't grab a bundle?
No.
Just one bundle.
Because someone's looking for that fucking money. And I don't have the ability, the knowledge, or the technology to avoid getting caught.
I see.
I'm on a show, I'm on a network where you can see me, so I wouldn't take the $2 million. They would immediately know. You know what I'm saying?
I just think that they assume after that point deal goes bad, somebody skimmed and maybe we didn't check the bodies enough, and there'd be a couple bundles missing, perchance. Especially if you took one or two of them in the area and opened them up, like flit them around the cabin of the truck.
Yeah.
To make it look like somebody just rifled through and grabbed a couple. Right. I would just take that as, that's fine. What is that, 2% loss? Like
Sure.
1% loss?
That maybe I would consider doing that.
As a business, if it's that high, you're
taking
just like,
some of the bills out, but I wouldn't take or some of the stacks. I wouldn't take the full.
that's
$2
what I'm
million.
saying. Just grab a little. Just grab a tiny
Maybe.
little, wet your beak, but I'm going to leave it for whoever this is.
But the other option is this: if you do take the money, though, if these drug organizations are as complex and layered and as and hire like hackers and people like they would scan where the money is being used, where
This was 1980 what?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking in 2018.
You got to also
terms.
think, we can't be tracked.
that's
There's
a
no
good
cell
point.
phone. There's no.
Yeah.
It'd
Then
be
he
tougher to
could've-
find.
That's a different situation.
Because then now you're assuming a dude lives
Right.
out there
Right.
and manages to give a good enough description when he didn't see the truck and he just
Yeah.
saw a white man that looked like every other white guy down here.
Yep.
How the fuck do I identify him?
Yep. But then you got Anton Chigurh coming after you, and like,
Not for
you don't think so?
30 grand, 50 grand.
Oh, if you take a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. If you take a little
probably.
bit, no, I think
Yeah.
you can get away with that. And that
Okay.
time,
Yeah,
you don't
probably.
take the whole $2 million. Yeah, it's worth my time.
Right.
But with inflation, even that 50,000, what is that now?
But even-
80, 100?
Sure, but even people who win the lottery legally, like, fuck it all up and shit. You read all those terrible stories of people who don't even understand how to handle money. So taking someone like that, eventually you're going to make a stupid move. We even saw that in Goodfellas, right?
That's why you don't take the $2 million.
What are you showing up with the fucking fur and the Cadillac? What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? We said in
This
Goodfellas.
registered in my mother-in-law's name.
Mother-in-law's names. I got to trace back
I
to you.
don't care. Get it out of here. Yeah, over and over. I love it when he goes for the coat. The guy with just the caterpillar eyebrows and the little perm. And it just immediately starts taking off his wife. And she's like, I don't want to take it off. She's like, you're taking it off. Kind of, now he just got his balls broken. Now he's going to break her balls.
Of course,
It
of course.
always rolls downhill.
It always bleeds downhill, right? Did you like who's, I forget that actor's name who
The answer is yes. I like everything about this.
do you, okay, all right.
Well, I'm just saying, to preface a question with that.
Okay.
Do you like it? It's just like, we both love this
Well, the
movie.
dynamic of the characters is what, like the guy from Raising Hope, that actor, I forget his name. He was in Looper. He played kind of the assassin guy in Looper going after the kid. But he, Garrett Dillahunt.
Oh, Garrett Dillahunt. Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
his name?
You
Yeah.
should have said, from Deadwood.
Oh, Deadwood, right? That too.
Two different characters,
So
same actor.
apologies, yeah. But like he has he's an incredible guy as an actor. Like his ability to play
Yeah, he just
slow or play fast.
he can bleed into a
He
character.
really can, dude.
Yeah, he I've seen him play dimwit. I've seen him play fast talker. I've seen him play a heavy. I've seen him play a weak or a meeker character. He's got range. The guy's always good.
Even in Raising Hope, like he's kind of a little slow, but he's a good-hearted husband or whatever and father and stuff. It's really great to see that guy.
Never seen that show.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It's not a great show, but it's like...
It has its moments.
Yeah, it has its moments. Especially Cloris Leachman. She's fucking
Yeah,
great.
she's great.
Yeah.
Like I remember when it initially came out and I saw the cast, I was like, that's a good cast.
Yeah.
But I so rarely watch a comedy unless enough people recommend it.
Right. Did you like the oh, well, of course, I guess let me ask. I know you liked, but the Woody Harrelson kind of subplot that went on there, that was fun too to see that.
Just
Him
crazy how
sliding
quickly
in.
he gets dispatched.
Yeah, man.
Because you do buy the calmness, the steadiness of the character that, he's here for the same purpose.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, as quickly as you buy into it is as easily as he is torn down.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that quick. No. Here's the real apex predator.
Right.
You think you're good? There's a swim with sharks over here. Fuck that.
Well, that I think, and that's another thing to take away from the movie is no matter how cool, smart, intelligent, experienced, knowledgeable you are, man, there's always someone fucking else who's a little bit more.
Yeah,
than
there's
you.
always somebody better.
Yeah.
You could be the
Always.
best, but until you run into the one guy who's awesome at what you suck at.
Yeah,
and then
man.
that suddenly that dude is the best you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I can't beat Jeff Snyder. That's the fucking truth. We're gonna see if I'm gonna beat him when we play coming up. But like, he's my apex predator right now. I can't
Is he?
beat that son of a bitch. Yeah, because like we played him in teams every single time, and we
The
don't
beauty
beat
is,
him.
though, you know where you can beat him?
Where?
On the basketball court, coming live to
Yeah, man.
Schmoes or Collider or somewhere. I don't know where that's coming, but guys, that is coming.
Yeah.
That's not bullshit.
Yeah.
That is not bullshit.
I'm not spending my Saturdays, 2 or 3 hours of Saturdays.
You say
playing
that like
ball.
it's laborious.
Well, I'm saying for me it is.
You're what, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in?
Yeah, 2 or
Okay.
3 weeks in, but
I'm
it's
10 years in.
Yeah, I know, but I'm in pain.
Yeah.
But I almost pulled my hamstring.
Have you stretched?
Yesterday?
One time before you played.
No. Well, before I play, yes.
Okay,
I
what
don't
about
stretch
after?
afterwards. You know.
Stretch after. As soon as the games are done.
I know.
Go over, give it a little stretch.
I'm still in my 20s, though, man. I'm all right.
Except we're not. And you haven't played in so long. You haven't
really
used the
haven't.
muscles and tendons for the
No.
cutting and everything else.
Well, tell the people you watch me play. Like, am I doing all right? I'm missing some shots down low, but I'm getting in position.
It's your cardio.
Huh?
Your cardio is your biggest downfall.
Yeah, it is, right? Because I'm a
Which
little.
you can easily fix so long as you continue to play.
That's true. That's true.
After that, you already know what you do. So
Do well. I get underneath. Some.
I'm not underselling you. I like that you had to stand up for yourself. I'm trying to undersell the lack of cardio.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I will accept the lack of cardio though, but like even the last when we played on Saturday, even against Chris, I was and he's taller.
Yeah.
I was starting to find how I used to use guys taller than me as leverage for certain shots. And so I missed the two that were near the end of the game, but they caromed off the top of the rim or the front of the rim just a little bit. So that just means I just got to it's like a sniper.
You
I
need
just
your
got
legs.
to gauge it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I knew how to use Chris's body to like do the shots in a certain way. So it's like it was all coming back like muscle memory. So it'll come back. But I have to play more consistently. I can't just play on Saturday. So I need to find a way to start playing more games, like either join the 24-hour or LA Fitness and start playing at night, which worries me because those guys get real fucking asshole-ish on the court. But at least I'll get my reps in, and that's what'll matter.
Yeah.
You know? So we'll see.
I know. I got a little extra time right now. I'm playing in a random game down at a buddy's place down by the beach one day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then just getting in like, all right, well, Wednesdays, if you're free. Actually, you're not, so it doesn't matter. I was going to say, I know another game with half the same guys you play with on Saturday and a different half that can't play on Saturdays.
Oh, okay. Where do they play?
5 minutes from your house.
Holy shit!
10 minutes from your house.
Well, then, I should
You know
come
where
down and play.
the design college is?
Oh, yeah, of course.
On San Vicente?
Yeah.
The Hollywood Park right across the street
Oh, y'all play there?
on Wednesdays.
Wednesday
I used
nights
to.
or Wednesday day?
Day. That's why I said it doesn't matter for you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Other guys, they're comics, so it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm busy at night.
right.
Yeah,
I'll have to figure it out. I'll figure it out though, Matt, because I want to be ready against those fuckers. Man, I am riding the bike, so I'm getting the endurance back up in that way. But riding the bike ain't endurance like playing ball, man.
it's a totally different. It's
Yeah.
stop and start, and you got to run, and you got to get out. Although it's 2-on-2, so it's going to be a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to go 2-on-2 full court, which I'm all about.
Yeah, no shit.
I am all about.
Bring it, JT. Bring it, Snyder.
Oh, I can run all day. I got one of the best cardio, if not the best, on Saturday. I can run. That's one of my many skills as an older man.
That's right.
I will outrun you fucks all day long. I can still do it. So just
I can't wait till we play a little 2-on-2 with him, man. Just a little fun little pick and roll game, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great.
Yeah.
And those two are not gonna know what hit them, man. Anyway, is that everything? Are we good for the Thunderdome? Should we talk some more? Where are we?
No,
at?
I think it's so the veto in the future.
Oh, yeah.
We're not looking to use the veto. For the most part, everybody's been picking movies that they know we haven't talked about because we brought it up before. Oh, great, this is a movie we haven't seen or talked about.
Right.
So they've latched onto it. So please just try and do that. Although, I don't see us vetoing all the time.
No. It's something we won't use liberally.
It'll
only
be
certain
judicious
situations.
in its execution.
But help us not use it by yourself.
True Grit would have been fine.
Yeah, True Grit
That's
would have
still
been
another well-known movie, but we've only talked about it twice.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. And that's about it. It doesn't come up all that often, and that's the nice thing about Thunderdome. It's the opportunity to talk about things that you guys want to talk about or haven't heard.
Exactly.
Hey, why don't we pit? Go ahead and conspire amongst yourselves.
Right.
Has anybody ever heard them? Like, start a thread on Facebook. What are the movies that we haven't heard? How can we start combining these that we want to hear?
Yeah, but don't make me do Goonies ever again.
Well, it's already been done, so that will get vetoed.
So can't do it. So veto.
Yeah, we've already talked about it.
Can we-
If it's won a Thunderdome, I think that's an auto veto.
Okay.
If it's lost, you could probably put it back up again, potentially, depending on the movie.
I would veto it anyway. All right. Yeah. Sure.
Well, I don't know if we're going to allow. It's got to be unanimous veto.
You're gonna keep me honest. Fair.
I think if one vetoes, it depends on the strength of the veto, of the singular.
the presentation.
Yeah,
of the case.
if you came and you sold me, you're like, no.
Right.
Just no.
But we will veto.
Like you trying to search for that word earlier, whatever, a descriptor. Just no. Looking up into the heavens. That's fine. I'll give you that.
But we can veto before so that it's still.
Yeah, we'll give you plenty of time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just do it last second.
Right.
I try and wait, check in quite a bit to see when I get stuff.
Okay. I like it. And I hope you all like it too as fans, because it'll make us more engaged in the show, Thunderdome, to talk about a movie we haven't talked about or only.
Yeah, not to say
talked
we're not
about a couple
engaged.
times. Of course not.
But you also got a lot of jibber jabber this episode.
we
to
gave
quote
you
Mr. T.
Exactly. a lot of jibber jabber.
Yeah, we were all over the place. We talked about. I mean, people tuned in for that as well.
Of course.
And I appreciate that.
Yes, we both do.
It means, as Sally Field once said, you like us. You really, really like us. If you're willing to listen to, the people that are like, you know what, I hate basketball, but I'll listen to you two talk about it. Be like, that means the world to me because my wife is one of those people. So there's a modest form of love in that, is my understanding. So thank you very much.
Fair enough, man. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening this week. Remember, as always, to donate if you want to be a part of Thunderdome to get your stuff selected or possibly pick a subject. You can go and donate at www.patreon.com. Become a patron of the show. I think it's $20 and above. You get put into the randomizer that Matt uses, and he'll select 3 people every week. And we're trying to focus on selecting people who haven't been selected before, so that they'll be able to participate and have their films either chosen or their subject chosen. So once again, do that. You guys can follow me at The Roca Says on Twitter and on Instagram.
And those of you that wanted to listen to the old ones, if you have, by the time you hear this, you have like a day to get your donation in, or whatever I can pledge. I don't know what it's specifically called, sponsorship.
Sure.
Whatever the case is. Because that way, if you do it on the day of the next show, then you'll be basically iced out for the next month.
Exactly.
Which some people ran into, like, shit, I donated, but it was, April 3rd. You're like, the way Patreon does it, we didn't know that either.
Nope.
We found out together.
It's a learning curve.
It is. And then we're also a day late on doing the Patreon shout out, which will be at the end of the next show.
Yes.
So you're still getting it. We apologize. Just the calendar. I thought there were 31 days or 30 days, or it landed on a Tuesday. I thought we're one day off.
Yeah.
So we'll hit that at the end of the next show. But yeah, hit us up on Patreon. We're trying to do more. If we can figure out a game for that point system, we will let you know.
Yeah,
and I will go
absolutely.
back and award points in the
Prizes, man. Prizes.
But anyway, that's it. You find them on Patreon, facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10. And you could follow me on all social media networks at Matt Nost, MATTKNOST.
All right, and that'll do it this week for Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.